Hi, I'm Father David, and this is the first in a series of presentations on St. Anthony of Padua. So let's start our journey together as we come to know this great friar, St. Anthony, and let's start with a question. St. Anthony was once A, an Augustinian, B, a Carthusian, or C, a Trappist monk? The answer is A. St. Anthony was once an Augustinian, and then he left the order founded by St. Augustine and became a Franciscan friar. Anthony was born in 1195, only 13 years after St. Francis of Assisi was born. Anthony was born in Lisbon, Portugal, and even though a lot of people think Anthony was Italian, he was Portuguese, and given the baptismal name of Fernando. His parents, Martin and Mary Bulham, belonged to one of the wealthiest and prominent families in the city. But Anthony left it all to follow Christ more closely. Often we could look at St. Anthony's life and remember him as only someone who helps us find lost things, objects. But if we look at his life, Anthony had a lot of plans for himself that I guess God didn't really agree with. Anthony thought he had a vocation in the Augustinian order. God wanted him to be a Franciscan and follow St. Francis of Assisi in his simplicity. Anthony wanted to be a martyr, and God wanted him to live a complete life of preaching the gospel in Italy. Anthony wanted to die for his faith. God wanted him to live for his faith in community with his friar brothers. Anthony wanted to become almost like a hermit and spend his time in prayer, but God wanted him to learn theology and preach the gospel to people everywhere. Anthony had a plan for his life, but God's plan for him was different. So when we talk about lost things and St. Anthony, another way to think about this is not in terms of objects or parking places, but often the plans and dreams and goals that we have are often lost, just like in the life of St. Anthony. When this happened, what did Anthony do? He put his trust in God, and God brought him to a new plan that God wanted. Anthony had a wonderful life of preaching and performing miracles, and we'll be talking about all of those wonderful things that St. Anthony did and all of the lives that he touched by his preaching. Yet even as he came near death, he had a plan and wanted to be brought to his beloved Padua to die. But yet again, God had a different plan for him, and he died about 20 miles from Padua in a small town called Arcella. There, Anthony passed into the arms of his loving God. Let's think of St. Anthony not just as someone who lives a gospel way of life and finds lost objects, but as someone just like us who lost a lot in his life: plans, dreams, ideas, relationships, loved ones, and of course, our keys. This is the real lesson of his life for us. When he lost a dream, a plan, a loved one, Anthony trusted in God, completely trusted in God, and knew that when he lost a life plan or a dream, God would replace his dream with another one. God's plans with something else. For this wonder worker, this Franciscan friar, his life was not one of fulfilled plans and dreams, but of trust in the God of love, to care for him and guide him on his journey of life to life everlasting. The saint of lost things is really the saint of finding God.